Today's class I'll teach you propagation of plane wave in a conducting medium. Conducting medium is also called a lossy medium. So first we'll start with the wave equation for electric field intensity vector. The wave equation for vector E in a conducting medium. For a conducting medium, sigma is not equal to 0 is given by del square vector E is equal to mu into sigma vector dou E by dou T plus mu epsilon dou square vector E by dou T square. Expanding del square vector E in a Cartesian coordinate system gives del square vector E is equal to what? Dou square vector E by dou x square plus dou square vector E by dou y square plus dou square vector E by dou z square equals mu into sigma vector dou E by dou t plus mu epsilon dou square vector E by dou t square. Since this is not required, since we will assume, let us assume that the plane wave is propagating in the x direction. Plane wave is propagating in the x direction. Then vector E is a function of x and t only. That means dou square vector E by dou y square equals 0 and dou square vector E by dou z square equal to 0. Consequently, the above equation reduces to dou square vector E by dou x square plus 0 is equal to mu into sigma vector dou E by dou t plus mu epsilon dou square vector E by dou t square. This I will call equation 1. This equation contains space variation and time variation. Time variation is given by these two terms. So we will convert equation 1 to an equation that contains only space variation. How to do that? Let vector E be equal to E naught into e to the power j omega t. Then vector dou E by dou t is equal to E naught into j omega e to the power j omega t, which implies which equals j omega into E naught into e to the power j omega t. E naught into e to the power j omega t is what? Vector E. So this is nothing but j omega into vector E. Right? Also, again differentiate this with respect to t. Also, dou square vector E by dou t square is equal to j omega whole square into E naught into e to the power j omega t. That means j omega whole square into Ey. I call this as equation 2 and this as equation 3. We shall substitute equations 2 and 3 in equation 1. Substituting equations 2 and 3 in equation 1 gives dou square vector E by dou x square is equal to mu into sigma j omega into vector E plus mu epsilon j omega whole square into vector E. So this implies dou square vector E by dou x square is equal to j omega mu into sigma plus j omega epsilon into vector E equals gamma square into vector E, where gamma equal to j omega mu into sigma plus j omega epsilon under root is called propagation constant. And is complex in nature. Hence, gamma is equal to alpha plus j beta. Alpha is called attenuation constant. Where alpha is called attenuation constant and beta is called phase shift constant. Unit of phase shift constant is radians per meter. Unit of attenuation constant is Nepers per meter. Like radians, Neper is also a dimensionless quantity. So what I said, gamma equal to square root of j omega mu into root of j omega epsilon is called propagation constant and is complex in nature. Hence, gamma is equal to alpha plus j beta, where alpha is called attenuation constant and beta is called phase shift constant. The unit of attenuation constant is Neper per meter and unit of phase shift constant is radians per meter. Radian is dimensionless, similarly Neper is also dimensionless. Now, next is, I will call this as equation number 4. Our objective is to solve partial differential equation indicated by equation 4. Let dou square by dou x square be equivalent to d square. Then equation 4 reduces to d square vector E minus gamma square vector E equal to 0. This implies d square minus gamma square into vector E is equal to 0. The characteristic equation is m square minus gamma square equal to 0. This implies m is equal to plus minus gamma. Hence, the solution of the partial differential equation given by equation 4 is we are solving for vector E. Okay, before this, I want to make a small suggestion. So I invite this. This small correction I will apply. The correction is, this is a vector differential equation. This vector differential equation, I will convert it into a scalar differential equation. So what I will do is, we shall assume vector E equals Ey into Ay cap and vector H is equal to Hz into Az cap. That is vector E and vector H are orthogonal to each other, and also orthogonal to the direction of propagation. Then equation 4 reduces to equation 4 becomes dou square Ey by dou x square into Ay cap is equal to gamma square into Ey into Ay cap. This implies dou square Ey by dou x square is equal to gamma square into Ey. That means this vector differential equation is now converted into scalar differential equation. Then we'll say let dou square by dou x square be equivalent to d square. Dou square by dou x square be equivalent to d square. This step, see, the best thing is first convert this vector differential equation into scalar differential equation, then make use of the fact dou square by dou x square is equivalent to d square. Then equation 4 reduces to d square minus gamma square equation 4. I will call this as equation 5. Equation 5 reduces to d square minus gamma square into Ey is equal to 0. So if you made use of dou square by dou x square equal to d square operating in this equation also, correct, same result you would have got, but instead of Ey, here you would have got vector E. But you must know that in any case, that vector E and vector H are orthogonal to each other and also in the direction of propagation. This is the assumption I have made. I have assumed vector E to be in, as told in the beginning class, that plane wave is transverse in nature. That means vector E and vector H are perpendicular to the direction of propagation. I assume vector E to be in y direction, vector H to be in z direction, and the wave is propagating in the x direction. Okay? The characteristic equation is, C means characteristic equation is m square minus gamma square equal to 0. This implies m is equal to plus minus gamma is equal to plus minus alpha plus a beta. right? Hence, the solution of the partial differential equation given by equation 5 is we are solving for Ey in terms of x. Ey is equal to Em plus into e to the power minus gamma x plus Em minus into e to the power plus gamma x. I have taken the roots from here. M is equal to plus minus gamma. The constants Em plus and Em minus are real valued. So what is gamma? Gamma is alpha plus j beta. So this becomes what? Em plus into e to the power minus alpha plus j beta into x plus Em minus e to the power alpha plus j beta into x. This I call equation number 6. Equation 6 contains only space variation. Therefore, it is called phasor representation. Wave is a function of time and space. Next, I have to introduce time variation in equation 6, which is then it is called time domain form. Equation 6 is the solution of equation 5 in the phasor form. To obtain the time domain solution, multiply phasor solution by e to the power j omega t and then take the real part. Then take the real part of this product. That is Ey, a function of x comma t is equal to real part of Ey into e to the power j omega t. Multiply this by e to the power j omega t. Then what you get? You get real part of Ey into Em plus into e to the power j omega t into e to the power minus alpha plus j beta into x plus real part of this you multiply by e power j omega t. This also you multiply by e power j omega t plus Em minus e to the power j omega t into e to the power minus alpha plus j beta into x. I multiply this term by e power j omega t, this term by e power j omega t. Then I have to take the real part. This implies Ey, a function of x comma t is equal to real part of Em plus into e to the power minus alpha x into e to the power j omega t minus beta x plus Em minus e to the power alpha x into e to the power j omega t e to the power j omega t plus beta x. Please note that. To get the time domain form, this term I multiplied by e power j omega t, this term also multiplied by e power j omega t, then I take real part. What is the real part of e to the power j theta? Real part of e to the power j theta is cos theta. What is theta here? Theta here is omega t minus beta x. What is theta here? Omega t plus beta x. So this becomes Em plus into e to the power minus alpha x cos of omega t minus beta x plus Em minus into e to the power alpha x into cos omega t plus beta x. This is equation number 7. Equation 6 is phasor solution. Equation 7 is time domain solution. The first term on the right hand side of equation 7 is known as forward traveling wave. Is known as forward traveling wave, propagating in positive x direction. The first term on the right hand side of equation 7 is forward traveling wave. Propagating with a velocity u is equal to omega by beta. The phase omega t minus beta x remains constant, because as t increases, x increases. What is the amplitude of forward traveling wave? Em plus e to the power minus alpha x. The amplitude Em plus into e to the power minus alpha x decays as x increases. Hence alpha is rightly called phase is rightly called attenuation constant. Because of the term e to the power minus alpha x, right, the waves cannot travel long distances in a conducting medium. Also the factor e to the power minus alpha x implies waves cannot travel long distances in a good conducting medium. Please note that for a lossless medium, what is the value of alpha? 0. It may be noted that for a lossless medium, alpha equals 0. So if you put alpha equal to 0, you will get the solution of perfect dielectric wave propagation, plane wave propagation in a perfect dielectric medium or a lossless medium. This is a generalized expression. Again I repeat, if you put alpha equal to 0, you will get the wave solution for a perfect dielectric medium. Please note that. Now I will comment about the second factor. The second factor or the second term on the right hand side of equation 7 represents a wave traveling in the minus x direction and is known as backward traveling wave The phase omega t plus beta x remains constant because as t increases x decreases. The amplitude Em minus into e to the power alpha x decays as x decreases. The velocity of propagation of the backward traveling wave is u is equal to minus omega by beta. The negative sign implies that the wave is traveling in the negative x direction. Equation 7. Now please note that this is the forward traveling wave. If you plot the amplitude of the forward traveling wave, see this is x-axis, y-axis represents, let us say, poles. This is the forward traveling wave. Okay. The amplitude of this wave decays as x increases. This represents e to the power minus alpha x. These are the amplitudes of Ey. So this figure represents reduction. This figure indicates reduction in the amplitude of the forward traveling wave as x increases. This figure indicates reduction in the amplitude of the forward traveling wave as x increases. Next, let us go to the solution of the wave equation for vector h. Proceeding in a similar manner, or I will say in a similar manner, we find the solution of the wave equation, del square vector h is equal to mu sigma vector dou h by dou t plus mu epsilon dou square vector h by dou t square, where equation as dou t square as hz is equal to hm plus into e to the power minus alpha plus j beta into x. Instead of em plus, it is hm plus hm minus e to the power alpha plus j beta into x. What is hm plus? Hm plus is em plus divided by eta into e to the power minus alpha plus j beta into x. What is hm minus? Hm minus is minus em minus divided by eta e to the power alpha plus j beta into x. Eta is known as intrinsic impedance. Intrinsic impedance of the lossy medium. And is complex in nature. In the case of lossless medium, eta is purely real. What was the expression for eta? 377 into square root of mu r divided by epsilon r. Let eta be equal to magnitude of eta into e to the power j times theta. The suffix eta I will not pronounce for the angle theta. So what I am going to say is any complex number will have magnitude and angle. Angle is given by magnitude of eta and angle is given by theta. This eta suffix you put automatically. Then what is the phasor expression? Hz is equal to hm minus into em plus divided by magnitude of eta into e to the power j times theta. I am substituting eta equal to this expression e to the power this is plus theta e to the power minus alpha plus j beta into x minus em minus divided by magnitude of eta e to the power j times theta into e to the power alpha plus j beta into x. This exponential term in the denominator, you take it in numerator. So this becomes em plus divided by magnitude of eta e to the power minus alpha plus j beta into x into e to the power minus j times theta minus em minus divided by magnitude of eta into e to the power alpha plus j beta into x into e to the power minus j theta. This is the phasor solution. How do you get time domain solution? By multiplying the phasor solution by e to the power j omega t and then taking the real part. Hence, hz, a function of x comma t is equal to real part of hz into e to the power j omega t. Here Hz is phasor solution. Hz represents phasor solution. Multiply this expression by e to the power j omega t. Then what you get? Equals Em plus divided by magnitude of theta into e to the power equals real part of magnitude of Em plus by magnitude of Em plus, this is modulus of theta, e to the power minus alpha plus j beta into x, e to the power minus j times theta into e to the power j omega t minus Em minus divided by magnitude of theta e to the power alpha plus j beta into x into e to the power minus j times theta into e to the power j omega t. So you take real part, so this becomes what? This implies Hz, a function of x comma t is equal to magnitude of Em plus divided by magnitude of theta e to the power minus alpha x into all j terms you combine and write real part of e to the power j omega t minus beta x minus theta minus Em minus divided by magnitude of theta e to the power alpha x from here e to the power j omega t plus beta x plus minus theta. The suffix of theta I will not pronounce. Suffix of theta is what? Theta. The suffix indicates it is the angle of the intrinsic impedance. That's all is its significance. So what is the real part of e to the power j theta? What is real part of? Just I'll write here. What is real part of e to the power j phi? Real part of e to the power j phi is cos phi. What is phi here? Phi here is omega t minus beta x minus theta. What is phi here? Omega t plus beta x minus theta. So this expression now becomes magnitude of this implies Hz, a function of x comma t equals Em plus divided by magnitude of theta e to the power minus alpha x cos of omega t minus beta x minus theta minus Em minus divided by magnitude of theta e to the power alpha x into cos of omega t plus beta x minus the angle of the impedance. This I call equation 8. Comparing equations 7 and 8. Comparing equations 7 and 8, we find that the magnetic field lags behind the electric field. EF means electric field by an angle equal to the angle of the intrinsic impedance. What is angle of the intrinsic impedance? Angle of the intrinsic impedance is theta suffix theta. Very important. In the case of, that means magnetic field has a delay compared to electric field. And what is the delay? Delay is an amount equal to theta, the angle of the impedance. Which impedance? Intrinsic impedance. In the case of lossless medium, this theta will be 0. Therefore, there is no delay between electric and magnetic field vectors. So please note that this is the forward traveling wave, this is the backward traveling wave. Everything is same compared to lossless medium. There are only two differences. One is the presence of e to the power minus alpha x term in the forward traveling wave, e to the power alpha x in the backward traveling wave, and a delay angle given by angle of the intrinsic impedance. Expressions for alpha and beta in a lossy medium. Lossy medium is implicit, understood, but still I have written it. We know that gamma is equal to square root of j omega mu sigma plus j omega epsilon is equal to alpha plus j beta. Squaring both sides, we get j omega mu into sigma plus j omega epsilon is equal to alpha square plus j beta whole square plus j times 2 alpha beta. So this implies j omega mu into sigma plus j square omega square mu epsilon is equal to alpha square, j square is minus 1 plus j times 2 alpha beta. This implies minus omega square mu epsilon plus j times omega mu sigma, again j square is minus 1, equals alpha square minus beta square plus j times 2 alpha beta. Equating real and imaginary parts. Equating real and imaginary parts, we get what we get. What is real part on left side? Minus omega square mu epsilon. Real part on right side is alpha square minus beta square. Alpha square minus beta square equals minus omega square mu epsilon, equation 1. Imaginary part on right side is 2 alpha beta. 2 alpha beta. On left side it is omega mu sigma. Now we have got two unknowns, alpha and beta. We have to solve for alpha and beta from equations 1 and 2. From equation 2, what is alpha? Equation 2, what is alpha? Alpha is equal to omega mu sigma divided by 2 beta. This I will call equation 3. Substituting equation 3 in equation 1 gives what is alpha square? Omega square mu square sigma square by 4 beta square minus beta square equals minus omega square mu epsilon. Multiplying throughout by 4 beta square, we get omega square mu square sigma square minus 4 beta to the power 4 is equal to minus 4 beta square omega square mu epsilon. Take these two terms to right side. This implies 4 beta to the power 4 minus 4 beta square omega square mu epsilon minus omega square mu square sigma square equal to 0. Put beta square equal to x. Then we get 4x square minus 4 omega square mu epsilon into x minus omega square mu square sigma square equal to 0. Omega square mu square sigma square. This is a quadratic equation in x. So use Schiller's formula, x is equal to minus b. This is coefficient of x is b. So what you get, 4 omega square mu epsilon. Actually plus minus sign is there. I'll take only plus sign to ensure that x is always positive. Square root of b square. Coefficient of x is b square means you get 16 omega to the power 4 mu square epsilon square minus 4ac. C is minus omega square mu square sigma square. A is 4 minus 4ac, that means plus 16 4ac 16 omega square mu square sigma square divided by 2a. 2 into a is 4. Minus b means this is actually b. This is c. A is 4 minus b plus b square 16 omega to the power 4 mu square epsilon square minus 4ac 16 omega square mu square sigma square divided by 2 into 4. Only positive sign is taken. Only positive sign is taken. Sign is taken before the square root. To square root, in order to ensure that x is always positive. So you take 16 common here, and you take 16 out of the square root. Of taking common, you will get 4. That 4 will get cancelled with the 4 in the denominator. So this implies x is equal to what is x? X is beta square. Beta square is equal to omega square mu epsilon plus root of omega to the power 4 mu square epsilon square plus omega square mu square sigma square divided by 2. Hence, beta is equal to square root of omega square mu epsilon plus root of omega to the power 4 mu square epsilon square plus omega square mu square sigma square divided by 2. Unit of beta is radians per meter. Note. Okay. Similarly, we can find the expression for alpha. Similarly, what is alpha? The expression for alpha is proceed in a similar manner. From this equation, you find what is beta. Then substitute beta expression here. You will get a quadratic in alpha square. Solve it. Similarly, alpha is equal to root of minus omega square mu epsilon plus root of omega to the power 4 mu square epsilon square plus omega square mu square sigma square divided by 2. Unit of alpha is Nepers per meter. The expression, the unit of beta is radians per meter. Note. For a lossless medium, sigma equal to 0. Then beta equals, put in this expression sigma equal to 0. Square root of omega square mu epsilon plus root of omega to the power 4 mu square epsilon square plus 0 divided by 2 equals root of omega square mu epsilon plus omega square mu epsilon divided by 2. So you get what? You get expression as omega into root of mu epsilon. This is the expression for beta in a lossless medium which you have seen in the last class. And alpha is equal to what? Alpha is equal to, in this expression put sigma equal to 0. square root of minus omega square mu epsilon plus root of omega to the power 4 mu square epsilon square plus 0 divided by 2. So this is nothing but root of minus omega square mu epsilon plus omega square mu epsilon, so equal to 0. Therefore, for a lossless medium, alpha is 0 and beta is omega into root of mu epsilon. Thank you.